Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Ramesh sir and you're watching Ramesh sir's lecture series. In today's session, we are going to talk about a very beautiful poem, Snowdrop, which is written by Edward James Hughes, or you may call him Ted Hughes. Before we delve into the explanation of the poem, let me tell you two things about Ted Hughes. First, he always hated wars. He didn't like wars. And there is a reason why he hated wars is because his father, William James, his father's name was William James. This man participated in World War I. And Ted Hughes happened to see the destruction, so many deaths. This developed a sense of hate towards the wars. And we could see the sense of hate in his poems. The second thing about Ted Hughes is marriage. He married a very beautiful girl. She was beautiful by her mind. That means she was very intelligent. And most importantly, she was a poet. Can you guess who is the girl? Let me give you this as homework. You have to find out who was the girl Ted Hughes married. Now, coming upon to the explanation of the poem, let me read out the poem in front of you, and I hope you will enjoy the reading. And when I am reading the poem, just try to understand the English itself. Let's start. Now is the globe shrunk tight, round the mouse's dull wintering heart. Weasel and Crow, as if moulded in brass, move through an outer darkness, not in their right minds. With other deaths, she too pursues her ends, brutal as the stars of this month, her pale head heavy as metal. This poem is very emotional. It's a very short poem, but a very emotional one also. The poem apparently talks about the harsh winter, but it has a deep meaning which conveys its meaning with a very artful manner. Now, let me describe you the first line of the poem, that is, now is the globe shrunk tight. Before explaining this line, let me tell you, Snowdrop is a flower. It is round in shape, as if the globe. Now, you may guess this word here, globe, is metaphorically describing snowdrop. And you know, snowdrop is a flower which is a symbol of winter. Okay? Why winter? Because this flower grows in the autumn. Okay? Or most probably you would say that it grows in the winter season. Now the line says, now is the globe shrunk tight, round the mouse's dull wintering heart. The poem says, the globe shrunk tight. Shrunk is the second form of shrink. I may switch on to the other language also so that you can understand well. Now is the globe shrunk tight. This snowdrop, which used to grow in the winter season, it has shrunk tight. Okay? Its actions are now limited. Now is the globe shrunk tight round the mouse's dulled wintering heart. You know, the whole earth, the whole globe has shrunk tight. It seems to have shrunk. Why? Because of the winter. So, in this poem, you are getting a cruel image of nature. How nature acts like a cruel person or a cruel image, or you may say a cruel stimulus. Round the mouse's dull wintering heart. You know, in this season, even the mouse's actions, okay, his actions, even his heart has been affected by the winter. His heart is now dull. It is lazy, slothful, you may say, without energy. Energy. Okay? Why this happened? Okay? Why globe is shrunk now? Why is mouse dulled? Why his heart is dulled? Okay? Why the mouse is feeling lazy, without energy, without enthusiasm? Because of the harsh winter. Weasel and Crow. Weasel and crow are two animals, or you may say insects. Okay? The better term is to use insect. Weasel and crow as if molded in brass. You know, both of the two insects as if they are frozen. They are still. Sometimes we use still for calm. They do not act in this winter. Okay, they are the creatures, but here they are immobile. They are not able to do any action because of the winter. As I told you, the image of the nature in this poem is cruel, as if they have been molded in brass. Okay, they have been fixed in the metal. How could they move through an outer darkness? You know, if they go outside of their holes, you know, there is darkness outside. They can see nothing outside. It's utter darkness, complete darkness. No one can see outside. Okay, because your actions, you're going from one place to other place is now limited because of the harsh winter. And this snowdrop, what has this snowdrop to do with the harsh winter? Okay, let's talk about it in coming lines. Not in their right minds. You know, all the creatures, they are not in their right minds. They are not active, as if their life has been snatched. Okay, they can't do anything. They are helpless before the cruel image of nature. That means the winter. Okay, this winter may also be an image of the war. How war destroys everything. Okay, you're helpless before war. You can't do anything. You have your emotions that people are dying in front of you. There are killings. People are killing one another without having the mercy for people, without having the love and intimacy of people. So this shows how cruel and tyrant the nature is. And this nature, this winter, can be the image of a war. Now the poet says, not in their right minds. Nobody is in their right minds. Okay, they have lost their mind. They don't know what they are doing. They are killing each others without having the humane qualities in them. Okay, now coming to the apparent meaning, which is that all the creatures in the winter season, they are not lively, they are passive, their actions are limited, they can do nothing. With the other deaths, she too pursues her ends. Now this point is very important here. This talks about, this has the resemblance with the title of the poem. Not in their right minds with the other deaths, she too pursues her ends. Here, pronoun she is referring towards Snowdrop. She, that means Snowdrop. All the other creatures died because of this winter. You know, there is only one, okay, whose head is up towards the sky. But the flower, Snowdrop, as I told you, it grows in the autumn to winter, in between the two, right? And this has kind of the intimacy with the winter, but she too pursues her ends. That means she is kind of just on the threshold of ending. She's going to die, okay, because of this harsh winter, because of the coldness, because of the frozen stillness in the nature. Okay, so she too is pursuing her ends. She'll also die. Although she belongs to the same season, although she belongs to the winter, she grows in winter, but she is struggling with this winter. Okay? She is so struggling that maybe she will meet the ends. Brutal as the stars of this month. You know, the nature is very brutal. Okay, it kills so many creatures, even the human beings who have no facility at all, no homes, no temperature, they die out of this brutality done by the nature. Brutal as the stars of this month, okay, as the sky is clear to them. But the sky is clear, but it is a message, it's a warning to all of the people, to all the creatures, that it is going to be danger for everyone. Her pale head heavy as metal. Her is again used for Snowdrop. You know, she is so struggling in this winter season. Her pale head, she has changed the color of her head, and her head is heavy as metal, putting down its head down towards the earth because of the harshness, because of the cruelty of the winter season. Even the flower which grows in the autumn and winter season is subjected to death. Okay, it faces the cruelty of nature, especially in the winter season. So as I told you, this is a poem which talks about the nature and the cruelty of nature, the cruel image of nature. Okay, and we see the images in the poem, like we have the winter season, we have leaves falling from the trees, right, and the actions of many creatures marred down and reduced by this cruel nature or winter. So the world has shrunk, the globe has shrunk. So here the word globe in the first line, as I told, globe in the first line is symbolically used for Snowdrop. Why? Because Snowdrop is spherical in nature, like this, okay, and its head, when the poet says its head is heavy as metal, that means it has put down its head towards the earth. That means it's not facing the brutality done by winter. So this poem talks about, there comes the image of nature, and that one is not positive one, but that is the negative image of the nature. I hope the explanation is clear to all of you. Now, coming up onto the poetic devices used in the poem, simile, as described in the previous sessions, simile is a comparison between two different objects. Okay? Here in the poem, we see as if molded in brass. So here we see simile uses two words, as and like. And this is a comparison between two. As if molded in brass. As if molded in brass. So it talks about weasel and crow, the two insects, as if they have been molded in brass, fixed in the metal, right? So here it is a simile. Brutal as the stars of the month. As has been used, okay? Brutality has been compared to the stars of the month. Heavy as metal. Heavy has been described as a metal, okay? Now, coming up onto the second literary device, that is metaphor. Metaphor is also a comparison. It is a direct comparison between the two distinct objects. We do not use like and as in this comparison. Now, there are the words of metaphors used in the poem, like mouse, okay, like weasel, like crow, like snowdrop, like globe, like brass, like stars. These are all the metaphors, okay? Mouse can be humans, okay? Their actions in the war. Weasel, again, the humans who are weak. Crow, again, it symbolizes men, or you may say humans. Snowdrop is a representation of globe, as I said, and globe itself, the whole earth on which the humans live. And stars with brutality, okay, they represent the brutality, and this brass is the image of cruelty, okay, as if somebody or something has been fixed in the metal, right? And this brass also shows determination of cruelty, right? When somebody is cruel to someone, he is firm, okay, and he is proud of being cruel to others. That is what this word means. The third word is the third device used in the poem is alliteration. Alliteration means the repetitively using the consonant sounds at the beginning of the several words that are close together, right? See this word, see this line. Her pale head heavy. H here, H in the line, H here also. Now these are the closely connected words, and when the same consonant sound is used in the closely connected words, that term is known as alliteration. So in Urdu, simile is known as tashbiya, and metaphor is known as istiara, and I do not have a word for this, and you may search this word, what do we call alliteration in Urdu, and I have given you the homework to just find out who was the girl Ted Hughes married, and I'll give you a hint about that girl. The girl was a feminist. Now it's your call to find out the girl, okay? I hope this session is clear to all of you. Having any confusions, you may write in the comment box. Your comments, your queries, your confusions will be appreciated. Thank you so much.